Hello, everyone. So, bros, I'm coming at you with a demo, the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities. This is the same studio, it's 2.5 Studios. They made, I played a few of their games. I've played A Date with Death, which I loved. They're making another one. I'm waiting eagerly for that one to come out. And Dreambound, which we've played forever and ever ago. But this is, I think it's another dating sim or something, story-based game. I don't remember. Honestly, I downloaded it a few months ago and I forgot ever since. So let's give it a little demo a chance. Beep beep. Art's cute. Look at all the flowers. Oh my god, there's a cat. Coffee time. Cutie. Please select game difficulty. What? Cozy and normal do not feature game overs for being unable to pay bills. Hard mode does. Oh, normal. To my dearest Sprout. Oh, sorry, I was ready. Oh, damn! I know I set the speed, but, I didn't even think about it. Sprout hardly seems like a fitting nickname anymore, does it? By now, you must be towering over your mother. She always was a short little thing. Okay, rude. Damn. Got her! Got her, General! She's short! Don't tell her I called her that, okay? I fear it would make our relationship even worse than it is now, if that's even possible. Ooh, yikes. I digress, my dearest Sprout. It has been far too long since I last saw you. Still, I picture in my mind a toddler with a mess of orange hair who insists on wearing their rain boots on the sunniest of days. Who would remove their smock lest they get paint on it. Who would turn their nose up at chocolate but sneak carrots from the fridge when no one was looking. You always had your own way of doing things, my dear. That is precisely why I'm entrusting you with my greatest treasure, my antique store. Well, for the next 3 months anyhow. After a lifetime of living in the city, a bit of country air ought to do you well. Willowmist is special to me, and I think soon enough it'll be special to you. It has its quirks, which I'm sure you'll realize quickly, but it has a way of growing on you. Or perhaps it's the other way around, like a parasite. Or maybe like a fungus. Either way, I suspect you'll fit in just fine. Dang, you think I'm a parasite? I'm a fungus. I'm playing. I'm only sorry I cannot be there to greet you. Responsibilities pull me away from Willowmist, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you'll hear enough rumors about where I've gone to satisfy your curiosity. Trust me, whatever they say will be nowhere near as interesting as the truth. To find the store, take a left from the train station, then a right when you notice the breeze pick up. What? Then turn around and walk backwards 7 steps. Close your eyes and turn around again. You'll find it soon enough. I have an employee there waiting for you. He's not the easiest to get along with, but I doubt anyone could resist your charm. You're much like your aunt in that respect. Aspect? I don't know. I don't think I read it right. Take care of the store, Sprout. Take care of yourself. And for heaven's sake, don't try to sell the vase with the bird on it. It's cursed. With all my love and faith in you, Aunt Sylvie. P.S. If you find Florian napping on the job, make sure to tuck him in. He doesn't get enough sleep, that boy. We got $50! Let's go. You felt a buzz from your pocket, the familiar sensation of a worried mother. The train continued shuddering along its track in an almost comfortable way. Darling, won't you reconsider? It's such a big move, and you've always lived nearby. You won't know anyone, so if anything goes wrong, why not stay home? I'll make them turn the train around. It's crazy. I'm already nearly there, Mom. Considering I'm on a train in the middle of nowhere, it might be a little late, Mom. As much as I'd love to get on the return train back, I really wouldn't. It took 4 hours to get here. I don't understand why you left so suddenly. Aunt Sylvie needs someone to watch the shop. You know that. I'm sure she has friends there. She also has family, you know. Won't you reconsider? Sorry, Mom. I love you, but I'm looking forward to a few months away from home. New people, fresh air, and a real job. You never even worked at a store before, let alone ran one. Aunt Sylvie says someone will be there to help out. It's an antique store in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it'll be particularly busy. I swear, you got your stubborn streak straight from my sister. Okay, baby, just stay safe, okay? Don't walk around alone at night, and make sure to lock the doors, and call me if anything happens. Of course, Mom. Damn, there goes my plan. You tell him. There goes my plan for the day. Damn it. I will, Mom. Everything will be fine. Train's about to pull up. I'll text you later. Okay, love you, XXX. Love you too. Honestly, I expected that letter to be from like a dad or something. Mizu! That means water! I hope this isn't gonna get copyrighted. Oh, wow, the buildings look so good. I can't even imagine drawing buildings.
Listen to the voices of the folks that came before. They tell me of the choices and the tasks I have in store. Every antique has a secret, every trinket has a tale. Every person has a story that is waiting to unveil. Something in me feels aware that there's this untold magic in the air. I can't shake off this feeling, a sweet mystery. Like all the snowy mountaintops were made alike for me. Every bone in my being is begging to stay. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right in a place. Like all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place.
Oh, this is so cute.
Right into place.
I'm guessing we get to pick the main character.
And all my broken puzzle pieces fall right into place.
Cutie! That was cute. First name Sage, last name Marigold. I like that one. I'm gonna keep that one. Marigold. I wonder if the name has to stay the same. Yeah, the name might have to stay the same. That's okay. Oh. Right click is save. Everyone. Oh. Well, hopefully that didn't need to change any other things. The air was chilly as you step out of your train and onto the platform, if you could even call it that. It seemed more like a graveyard than any of the train platforms you've ever frequented back in the city. No matter the hour, they'd be completely packed with people coming and going, rushing for reasons you could never quite understand. For reasons they may never understand either. This platform was completely empty. No one waited to get on, and you were the only person who got off. Where chatter would usually greet you, all you heard on this quiet platform in the middle of the countryside was the sound of the wind rustling, the trees and the chirping of the crickets hidden amongst the weeds. Chirp back. Welcome to New Home, Sage. Home sweet home or something. It really is so quiet. Gathering up your belongings, which you brought only a few with you, you quickly found your aunt's letter once again. Left from the station and then right when the wind picks up. I'm not sure what weather has to do with it. Well, it's supposed to be a small town. I'm pretty sure I'll find it. Hopefully. Oh, this town's so cute! Ugh, jealous every day of people who can draw, like, cities and stuff. Oh, we look so cute! Yes. Wow. From the way your aunt had described the quaint countryside of Willowmist, you'd almost expected 2 shacks and a farm if you were lucky. Why would you expect that? Like, there's so few towns that aren't... I mean, this is a very charming town. It's not like... It's not like what I would expect, but... In the sense of it's really stylized, but I'm not sure about a shack. Instead of taking a left when you exited the station, you found yourself in a town center that was significantly more vast than you first imagined. You smiled as you pulled your suitcase up a small flight of stairs, eyes searching around the beautiful facades and rural landscape. Music drifted out somewhere unseen. It seemed almost like the sound of change, of newfound freedom. A few people passed you as you continued onwards, though for the most part, you had the street to yourself, even if that was strangely foreign to you where you grew up. There were always people around no matter what hour. You took a deep breath into your lungs. The air was cool and fresh. God help me if I can read. The scent of flowers drifted towards you as the wind picked up, changing course. So, right now? You glanced to the right and found a street there that ran away from the town center. What did she write? Turn around and walk backwards 7 steps and then close my eyes and turn around again? She could have just sent me the address. With half a chuckle, you half sigh. Oh, half chuckle, half sigh. You turn around and begin walking backwards, hoping you wouldn't crash into anyone, though the chances of that seemed slim at this time of night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly you closed your eyes, removing sight from the equation, and spun around and opened them back up. Sitting before you was a little quaint store with a green paneling and a sloped roof, and a metal sign hanging above the door. It read, "The Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities." There you are, I've been looking for you. You're even prettier than my aunt said. You reached down and searched under the doormat and quickly found the key that your aunt left for you. Its brass surface was marked with blemishes that all seemed to say how well loved this building was. The key turned in the lock soundlessly as you pushed the door open. Ooh, look at all the stuff in here. Steal it, I'm playing. Tables upon tables of antiques and knickknacks greeted you. A dozen different lampshades and chandeliers hung from the ceiling, lighting up the space. Wow. She sure has put together an interesting collection. Is collection the right word? Looks a little bit too chaotic for that. Potted plants dotted the room, bringing a bit of life to the otherwise still space. Carefully you put your luggage to the side, cautious of knocking over anything and causing what would be the worst game of dominoes ever. And then you walked through the aisles, if they could be called that, and inspected the store. You never visited Willowmist before, nor seen any of the photos of it. Yet, somehow, you feel a strange sense of familiarity. It made you feel at ease despite being so far away from home for the first time in your life. You dropped everything to come here. You quit your casual job. They were hardly giving you hours anyway, only a week ago. You didn't renew your lease. Fortunately, timing worked out well, since it was coming to an end regardless. Friends back home only found out about your temporary move a few days before your train left. Honestly, though, you weren't even that close to anyone. It always felt like the friends you'd kept around you had other friends they would have preferred spending time with. That seemed to happen to you as you got older, the natural drifting apart of people who you once clung to, like your life depended on it. You needed a change. So here you were, in the middle of the countryside town of Willowmist, surrounded by rolling hills and mountain ranges like you'd never seen before. A man! Jesus Christ! Whatever the man was carrying the box a moment ago was now sprawled out over the floor, dropped in surprise. With mouth agape, he stared at you, still grasping for words. Hey! Listen, if you wanted to rob the store, you could have done it before I got here. Common courtesy and all that. If I was gonna rob the store, it wouldn't be this dump. Hey, my aunt probably put a lot of work into this dump. Wait, forget about that. Why would I be the one robbing the store? I was here first. If anyone's gonna be robbing the store, it'd be you. I didn't see you when I came in. I was in the storeroom. Can you prove it? Why should I be the one to prove it? You're the one who just waltzed in here. The man sighed, the most tired, exasperated sigh you've ever heard, and the eye bags under his eyes seemed to give away who he was. All right, so you're Florian, aren't you? Unfortunately. I like this man. Florian! What? Who said that? Guys, be respectful. Hold on. Where'd it go? Hold on, I'm struggling. Okay, I'm struggling. Hold on. Hold on. Hit you with the unfortunately is crazy. And you must be Sage. Last time I checked, yeah. So, why are you here so late? It was the only train coming into town today. Didn't my aunt tell you I was coming? The way she tells me The same way she tells me anything. Vaguely. I didn't even know what you looked like. You nearly gave me a heart attack. Then we're even. God, you're exactly like your aunt. Great. I'll take that as a compliment. You shouldn't. Why are you here so late anyway? Does my aunt really make you do this much overtime? No. I was just neatening up before you arrived. You just said you didn't know when I was getting here. What can I say? I just have an amazing work ethic or something. And humble, too. You're suspicious as hell, but I respect it. Still, you should get some sleep. You look tired. Did she at least tell you about the living accommodations? No, she doesn't really give details, as I'm quickly becoming aware of. No shit. She really just left all this crap to me. I ought to quit that teacher. But what would I do without you? We don't know each other, and we're not friends. You'd be fine. Then how about we be friends? I'm good. You can sleep upstairs, but it's a mess. Sylvie's not known for her neatness. A mess is fine. I'm sure I'll fit right in. Whatever. Get some sleep or don't. I'll be working for a bit longer. Do you need some help? For someone who looks like they don't know which side of a mop to hold? Nah. It's the side with the sponge, right? I'm kidding. It's a joke. I know how to use a mop. You've probably been traveling all day. Just sleep. Almost sounds like you care. I don't. I guess Sylvie didn't tell you anything about actually running the store either. No, she just said you'd teach me. Like I'm some expert. I just wash the floors. Fine, I'll try to help tomorrow afternoon. Not in the morning? I don't do mornings. Gathering up your luggage, you started up the staircase. Get some sleep soon, alright? Don't stick around too much longer, alright? Get some sleep. Yeah, sure. I like him! Sorry. Without another glance in your direction, Florian collected his dropped box and went back into the storage room. One step at a time, you dragged your suitcase up the stairs and into your new home for the next 3 months. Okay, so we cannot let this place go bankrupt. Oh my god, everything looks so cute. You know, when he said it was going to be disorganized, I thought it was going to be way worse than this. This is not that bad. This is not that bad. She, like, left her glasses and her book out. Like, that's not crazy. Your aunt's upstairs apartment almost felt like a continuation of downstairs. Like a quilt stitched together jump scare. Like a quilt stitched together with mismatched memories. Half a red book with reading glasses rested atop the pages, sat on the warm chair. Tangled yarn as soft as clouds and bright as spring blossoms spilled from a basket. Can I hide this at all? Ooh! Dang it. Okay, at least I can scroll back up. The table was set and waiting for you, expecting your company. It was almost like time was paused here, in a place where vintage clocks ticked softly in unison. Mismatched mugs rest in cozy clusters, and the air smelled ever so faintly of lavender and old books. And that wasn't to mention the abundance of potted plants that filled the room. It was as if a forest had crept in and decided to stay. You placed down your bags and grinned like a child who just found a new secret hiding spot. The weight of the world and all of your previous worries seemed to just melt away, even just a little bit. This was going to be a fun 3 months, you could already tell. Unpacking could wait for tomorrow. For now, you unzipped your suitcase and pulled out your pajamas. They got changed and settled into bed. The sheets were crisp and white, the pillows fluffed, and the gentle atmosphere of Willowmist slowly began to help you drift off to sleep. As you laid there, surrounded by the scent of linen not your own, you swore for a moment you could feel someone watching you. Ew! What do you mean you fell to... What do you mean you went to sleep? Ain't no fucking way! You're telling me that I can sense... I'm sensing on my spine that someone's watching me and I just fucking went to bed? That's crazy work! But then you fell into a deep sleep, none the wiser. Jump scare. We're dead! They killed us! This is like, that one game with that little girl. I'm not telling you anything else, because then it'd be a spoiler. When your eyes fluttered open the next morning, a small amount of panic settled in your stomach. This wasn't your apartment. Oh, our pajamas are so cute. Right, Willowmist, Aunt's place. Not back home anymore. That'll probably take a bit of getting used to. You look out the window where you could see the sunlight cascading in from between the outstretched arms of trees. It still looked to be very early, which was good. You wanted a chance to look around the store before Florian got back. Maybe you'd be able to impress him. That seemed like a big maybe, but you weren't sure, but he seemed like he was a difficult... Huh? But he seemed like the difficult to impress type of guy. Well, you did like a challenge. You're already setting me up. You're setting me up for my failure. You're setting me up for the fall. You gave me this, like, emo hater man, and you're expecting me to not try to date that man? You're funny. You're funny. Yeah, you're funny. It's happening. You quickly dressed and then raided the kitchen for breakfast, which you found half-stocked with food. Your aunt left you some fresh vegetables and fruits and a few microwavable meals. They'll have to do for now. You find the grocery store another day, hopefully. With a pear half-eaten in your hand, you made your way back downstairs. In my PJs! Ooh, that's so pretty, little angel. The store had a different vibe during the day. It seemed almost whimsical, like a collection of some peculiar witch who had decided a hoard of lampshades was better than herbs. You once again walked between the tables, noting that despite the clutter, everything was dust-free. Florian wasn't lying about the cleaning at very least. Yeah, everything looks so nice. Okay, they got this old-timey, like, little thingy. Walking up to the counter, you noticed a distinct lack of technology. There was no computer or electronic cash register here, only an old till that seemed to be an antique itself. All of the accounts looked to be handwritten in a journal that sat upright in a book stand next to it. Either your aunt had a fantastic accountant or was committing tax fraud, or maybe both. Still, the lack of everything electronic didn't surprise you. Since you were a child, she always wrote letters rather than email or text you. I was wondering why she did that, yeah. She was a little old school, but that didn't bother you. If anything, receiving a handwritten letter was exciting to you. You didn't know anyone else growing up who got letters. Except for people getting bills, but no one liked getting those letters. You understood that greatly now. Standing behind the counter and looking out towards the shop, you felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. This was your aunt's treasure, and she was leaving it to you. Well, for a few months, but that was besides the point. Alongside that sense of purpose was a small yet persistent reminder of how insane this was. Dropping everything to move to a town you never even visited because of an aunt you hadn't seen since childhood? Oh, sure, it's exciting. It was the most exciting choice of your life. You needed something like this, a chance to get to know who you really were. It was a knock at the door that pulled you out of your introspection. A very neat, crisp knock, if a knock could be neat and crisp. You could see a tall shadow on the other side of the door, but no details apart from that. Florian? You opened the door wide, curiously peering at the stranger on the other side, who looked you up and down, looked at his watch, and then shook his head and walked past you into the store. A man! Well, I hope you're not about to tell me you're I hope you're not about to tell me you're Florian. That will make last night very strange for me. Florian? No, I'm not. I'm Mr. Westbrook. I apologize if that disappoints. The mystery man put down his briefcase on the counter and then began pulling out paperwork and pens from within it. Not sure I've ever met a man that actually used a briefcase before. I kind of dig it. I suppose I'll just have to wonder endlessly who you are then. I do appreciate a mystery as much as the next person, but right. It would be unlike Miss Marigold to leave you without any kind of instructions. It would be unlike to leave you with... Yeah, okay. He quickly pulled a business card out of his pocket. Emmett Finch, independent accountant of Finch Advisory. Oh, you know someone's important when their name is part of a business. Maybe we ought to rebrand the store to the Sage Emporium. Girl, keep your ego out of this. Emmett, and you must be Sage. I'll admit, I've heard very little of you, so we're starting out on equal footing. In short, I'm your aunt's financial partner, her accountant. And now, by extension, yours for the time being. We have a lot to discuss regarding accounts, cash flow, and taxes. Such exciting topics for a Tuesday morning. He watched as he pushed up his glasses and nodded. Any time is perfect to talk numbers. I appreciate working with someone like-minded in that regard. What experience do you have in running a business? Honestly, none. If I'm gonna be honest with you, absolutely none. Absolutely none? None. Zilch. Zero. Yes, I do know what none means. Understood. It seems that my role will be a little more hands-on than my previous months. I will bill Miss Marigold for the extra time we need to get you up to speed. That sounds expensive. All good things in life are. Quietly, you watch him shuffle through his paperwork before pulling out a specific sheet of paper. I'll be frank with you, Miss Marigold. And I'm Joe. Sorry, my roommate does that. I can't say that shit anymore, because I used to say that all the time. I said, I'll be frank all the time, and she goes, and I'm Joe. Honestly, if she watches and she's actually paying attention to this video, she'll probably put an I'm Joe in the comments. Yeah, I know her, bitch. Miss Marigold's accounts are dire. Despite my protest, she makes a little effort to remedy that fact. Sometimes I wonder whether she truly desires to own a business or not. Perhaps with you around, we'll see some change. Perhaps we won't. Time will tell. Wow, thanks for the overwhelming support. With you on my side, I know I'm gonna knock it out of the park. I am supporting you. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I'm not just in the habit of giving false promises. At the very least, we will aim for Miss Marigold to not return to bankruptcy. Sounds like a plan to me. I stopped by to have you sign a few forms, though only temporary. I like to keep my affairs in order. Sign here, please. One by one, you signed each and every form Emmett handed to you, and boy howdy were there a lot of forms. Great, my hand's starting to ache. Stay strong, Sage. You can do this. Why are we signing forms? We didn't read any of those, or... I don't know what I'm signing up for. The fuck? I wonder what this guy's deal is anyways. He must be a local, right? Maybe this was a good chance to try and make a friend. While you're here, can I ask you a few questions? Be my guest. I have a little extra time before my next appointment. How long have you worked with my aunt? It's been... He digs through his briefcase, nodding as his eyes scan the various documents. A year now, give or take a few weeks. How's it been? Satisfactory. Miss Marigold has had her account sorted, and I've been paid, so I believe that counts as a success. And how has she been to work with? Why do you ask? I haven't seen my aunt since I was a child. I was just wondering what she's like these days. She's fine enough to work with. Very memorable. That's all I'll say on the matter. Are you local? Do you live in Willowmist? Yes, my practice is located close to here. You'll find my address on the business card I gave you. Have you always lived here, or have I happened upon another wayward wanderer like myself? I formed my practice here, yes. Oh, he has like a little pink strip in his hair. I mean, you personally, not your practice. I don't see that it makes any difference. Is there anything fun to do in town when you're not working? Apart from, doing taxes and all that. Depends on what you mean on what kind of fun. If you mean theme parks and musicals, then you're out of luck. If you enjoy hiking, dining, live music, there's plenty of that. I'm down to try new things. I wish you all the luck on trying them on your own time. Emma looked down at his watch before setting his eyes on the door. I'll stop by in a few days to go over paying your bills and keeping the lights on. Until then, keep your accounting in the journal at the center. Hello? At the in the journal at the counter. I will assess it when I return. I'll try my best. Apologies if they're not quite up to standard, but I'll have Florian here to help me, hopefully. Actually, are there any good breakfast places around here? My aunt left a few things, but I kill for a nice breakfast while I'm waiting. There's quite a few decent establishments. Well, are you hungry? We could grab a bite and have a mini tour of town if you're up for it. You killed it, Sage. There's no way he can turn you down now. Emmett adjusted his glasses again, his expression impassive. Unfortunately, I'll have to pass. I'm paid for doing accounting, not eating breakfast and tours. Have a good day, Miss Marigold. Thank you. Just like that, he gathered his briefcase and walked out the front door. The chiming bells, the only reminder that he was there in the first place. Shh, it's okay. So cold. Aren't people from the countryside supposed to be, super welcoming? Meeting Florian and then Emmett seems a little harsh. He spun back around to the doorway after hearing the bells, but found no one there. Strange. A demon! With a shrug, you found yourself turning back towards the store. It would still be a few hours until Florian turned up, so you decided you might as well familiarize yourself with the items in the store while you waited. That's gonna be a lot to familiarize myself with. This is a big store. You were surprised to find a couple of hours barely scratched the surface when it came to inspecting the show floor. There was just so much stuff. And forget about the amount of stuff, absolutely nothing had a price on it. Even digging through the paperwork at the counter, you couldn't find any notes on inventory or pricing. As you were massaging your temples in stress, you heard the door chimes ringing again. Hey, I know you. Hi. Well, he really doesn't want to get sunburned. I like the getup. Thanks. I don't like the sun. I can see that. Did you manage to get some sleep? I guess. Are you gonna ask me how I slept? If I have to. And if I say you did? How did you sleep? You couldn't sound less interested. Funny that. Well, I'll pretend like you actually care then. Surprisingly, I slept really well. The bed was super comfortable. How fascinating. I'm really happy for you. Really. With a sigh, you watched Florian drop his satchel bag behind the counter before removing his various mismatched accessories. I don't suppose you worked out how to run the place while I was gone. Do you really think my aunt would make it so easy? She never does. Fine, I'll explain, but I'm only going to do this once. If you don't pay attention, I'm not repeating myself. I'm listening. Don't worry, I'll pay attention. I'm a good listener when I want to be. He shrugged at that. I don't care if you listen or not, I just won't explain it again if you don't. We buy things for cheap and then sell them for more. That's pretty much the gist of it. And what? That's all you're going to tell me? What else is there to tell you? That's how it works. I know how stores run, Florian. Then why am I bothering to explain it to you? You gotta give me some more details than that, or I'll run this place into the ground. Guess I need to do this job. Fine. Buy stuff, sell it for more. Also, keep it clean, or no one will want to come in. Right now we're pretty much out of rubbish to sell, minus the few things I put behind the counter. Or what? I thought you were gonna listen to me. How can we be out of things to sell? There's stuff everywhere. You watch him as he looks around the room and then shrugs. They're just your aunt's decorations. All of this is decoration? I guess. I don't know. I don't make the rules. I just help out. That's crazy. How does anyone know it's for sale and what's a decoration? I don't know. Fine. It's all just for looks. I can deal with that. How much do I sell things for then? Whatever you want to sell them for. How would I know? I'm not an antique salesman. You better become one quick then, if you don't want to go broke. God, what have I gotten myself into? A mess. I wouldn't take on your job if my life depended on it. Just keep track of how much you buy shit for in that journal on the counter. You should be able to eyeball how much things are worth, but you'll get better as you go probably. You can probably just add a price later if shit's not selling. Oh, adjust. Doesn't really matter. Let me see what we've got then. Checking behind the counter, you noticed a handful of small knickknacks. They weren't much compared to the rest of your aunt's decorations, but they'd have to do. Alright, well, now what? You're the boss. I like the sound of that. Are you gonna call me Boss Sage? If I really have to talk to you, I'll probably just call you Sage. Wow, if you have to talk to me? He just shrugged. Fine, it's probably for the best anyways. You wouldn't want all this power to go to my head. He shrugged again and then found a broom and began to sweep up the already clean floor. There were probably a few people hanging around outside, like they're waiting to talk to you or something. You're not a celebrity, are you? That's the last thing I could be bothered with. I could be. Why are you unsure about it? Maybe I'm some niche internet celebrity and I don't even know it. Probably not. Damn rude. You walk towards the door and then flip over the sign to open. Outside, the afternoon sunlight flittered down like a liquid gold, hitting the cobblestone just right. The trees swayed gently in the light breeze, and the cool air carried a faint scent of pine and distant baking from the kitchen unseen. You breathe in deeply of that air for a moment, and it felt like an old friend stopping by to visit. Warm, comfortable. Hey, Florian. Florian. Huh. Oh, right. I forgot you were there. Wishful thinking, I guess. I'm gonna speak to you so much that you won't be able to forget me next time. Great. Have you ever felt like you were being watched around the store, by the way? Watched? You're watching me right now, does that count? No, I mean, well, it does, but, like, not in this case. I mean, like, watched when no one else is around? Not really. Not more than normal, I guess. There's a normal amount of feeling like you're being watched? In this town? Yeah, probably. Huh. I was wondering something, by the way. Did you grow up here? Yeah. Never chose to leave town? Nah, nothing out there worth seeing. Have you ever felt like being stuck in one place is like being in a cage? He paused at that, actually thinking. I guess the cage is pretty comfortable. I think that's why I came here, really. I wanted to help my aunt, but the winds of change pulled me here. It pulls a lot of people here, I think. Really? Yeah, a lot of people who don't fit in anywhere else. Maybe that's why I'm here then. I doubt it. You look like you'd fit in just fine. You're muttering. Don't worry about it. You got family, other than your aunt, I mean? My mom, but her and my aunt are a little estranged. They haven't spoken to each other in years. I have no clue why. Huh. Usually people can't resist her. Ooh, she's popular like that? Well, no, I didn't mean... Do you have a crush on my Aunt Florian? No. It's not like that, really. I mean, I meant that she just has a pull to her. She's annoying and nosy and probing, but she has a way with people. You can't help but get along with her. You seem a lot like her. That sounds like a pretty big compliment coming from you. Does your family live nearby? Maybe. They maybe live nearby? No, I don't see them anymore. Oh. I'm sorry for prying then. I pried first. Her eyes found the doorway where a young girl of perhaps 14 or 15 stood. Eyes on you curiously. Hey, girl. You're not Granny Sylvie. Hi. I can pretend to be. I can pretend to be, if you'd like. I guess if I squint, you kind of look like her. Nah, maybe not. The way you stand is different. I'm Sage. Granny Sylvie is my aunt. I'm just helping her run the place for a while. The girl studied you, crossing the room with a strange litheness. I don't know what that means. To her movements. Hello? Standing before you like that, she leaned in close. I have to look up, what that means. I moved my search engine, so I can't find it. Hold on, I found it. Okay. Let's see. Litheness. I spelled it wrong. Oh, Lord, it's going wrong. Yeah, what is that? I still spelled it wrong. How did I spell it this wrong? ESS. The quality or state of being flexible, supple, and graceful in movement or form. Interesting. Okay. Moving with grace. Hi, I'm Vienna. Sometimes people call me Vivi. You look very interesting, you know. I like the way your nose joins your face, and your eyebrows are cool, too. Well, thanks. I like your eyes. Do you have heterochromia, or are they contacts? They've always been like this. Ever since they were. Yeah, you tell them. Hey, you sell things, right? Pretty things? Cool things? It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. She likes pretty and cool things, since she's pretty and cool. Can I buy something for her? Why don't you look around and see if anything catches your eye? You have eye catchers here? I'll be careful then. Just like that, she left you standing there slightly bewildered, while Florian had made his way away from the commotion. When his eyes met yours, he gave you a thumbs up and mouthed nice nose. Well, thanks. Your hand went up to your nose. Really, it was a nice nose. You walked behind the counter and then settled on the stool while Vienna looked around the store. She examined things very curiously. her fingers often hovering just over the surface of objects without touching them, as if she were somehow feeling their energy. When she did pick something up, she would turn it around and around in her hands, tilting her head this way and that to see every single angle. Her mismatched eyes narrowed like she was looking at a difficult puzzle, when she was really examining a teapot. She held it up to the sunlight despite the fact that it was opaque, like it would reveal something hidden that no one else had ever noticed. Then she put it back down, not exactly where it had been, but close enough that you didn't feel the need to correct her. The strangeness of it all brought a smile to your face somehow. After a morning with Emmett and Florian, she was something fresh. Found anything? I can give you some suggestions too if you tell me a little about your mom. Ooh, I wonder if this will be like, dude, it's gonna be like that flower game. I'm gonna have to help him out. She's really good at finding things. Not just keys or socks, but things you didn't even know you lost, like hope or patience. Yeah, she's good at finding those. That's crazy. Hope and patience is crazy. Oh, she laughs at colors too. Bright colors, happy ones. And her hands are always warm. That's interesting. I think maybe this? Oh, that's cute. Okay, so we sold it at 7. Okay. Cool. I think she'll like this. She likes shells. They're so quiet. I bet she knows how to listen too. Thanks for your help. You're cool. I barely did anything, but you're welcome. Hey, if you ever need anything else, we'll be here. Thanks. I think I'll come back again. Maybe another day when the sun is shining, or maybe not. Great. Get home safely, all right? And I hope your mom likes the gift. Vienna waved towards you and then headed out the door with a purchase in her arms. Congrats on your first sale and all that. I hope they're all that exciting. Do you know her? Do I look like I know every single person in this town? Honestly, no, you look like someone who would not go out of their way. You look like someone who would go out of their way to not know everyone in town. I mean, does she stop by the store often? Not that I've noticed, once or twice, but I don't know. I'm usually in the storeroom. I can tell. You look like you need to get some more sunlight, mister. No, thanks. I burn easily. They sell things for that, you know. Sunscreen, aloe vera. Why do you care? Just because he's such a hater, what is he gonna say? And if I said I've fallen hopelessly in love with you? Get him! Get him! And if I said I've fallen hopelessly in love with you at first sight? What? And then I could get lost in your eyes for hours upon hours? That's complete nonsense. Yeah, it is. I'm just pulling your leg. You what? We work together now, and we will be for the next 3 months. I'm just looking out for you. Get used to me caring, alright? Yeah, sure, whatever. I didn't ask you to, though. He likes this. What? Who said that? Guys, be respectful. Kiss? I'm playing. There's a gun on the wall. Bruh, if anyone tries to steal, we got 2 guns. We got the glicky, and then we got the shotgun. Or I can just kill him with my bow and arrow, and whatever the fuck this is. I think it's a sword or something. What? Huh? Sorry. The bell chiming for the second time that afternoon drew you both away from your conversation, and Florian used it as a chance to retreat back into the supposed storeroom. Buff man! I'm not who you think I am, bro. Beautiful Sylvie, apple of my eye, belle of my heart, would you do me the greatest honor of... The man before you wore his long, wild hair back in a loose ponytail, and his shirt perhaps one button too far undone, depending on who you asked. He was down on one knee, as if about to serenade you with the world's most beautiful poetry. Or ask you to marry him. You are not Sylvie, I see. Though I can sense her genes a mile away. I know like that. You must be Sage. You watched him spring to his feet. He was certainly far more sprightly than he looked, and walked forward to put a hand on your shoulder. I've heard so much about you. And even that is not enough. He reached out to shake your hand smoothly, his energy contagious. I'm sorry, I'd love to return the favor, but you are? Ah, so the lovely owner of the store hasn't yet had the chance to mention me. That sounds just like our Sylvie. Quinn Bakerland at your service, occasional poet, but full-time chef. You and my aunt are... No, you misunderstand. Is she the most beautiful woman to ever grace this town? Yes, of course. Does my heart become a flutter when she walks into the room? Certainly, without a doubt. Do I near fall to my knees each time she speaks my name? That should be obvious. Where was I? Your relationship to my aunt? Right. Yes, we are dear friends. Right, friends. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Bakerland. Please call me Quinn. Family to Sylvie is family to me. Quinn, then. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but my aunt is actually out of town for the next few months. I'm just here to help while she's away. My heart shatters into a million pieces once more. But that is hardly your fault. I shouldn't ruin such a momentous occasion. I've never met any of Sylvie's family. You must be very special indeed. I wouldn't say that. Special? I don't think I'm particularly special. My grandparents have passed away, and my mother and my aunt are estranged. I'm really the only other family she has. And I can tell you're special to her. You would not be here if you were not. What did you want my honor to have the honor of, then? This is most fortuitous. There is no one that could take our lovely Sylvie's place but you, of course. Are you fond of fine meals, beautiful atmospheres, and live music? Yes, and yes. Divine! Dude, that fucking clip of what's his name? I can't remember his name, from the Barbie movie. How Margot Robbie says all that shit to Ken, and he's like, let me consider it, and he goes to the back and he's like, sublime. That was him just then. I have a restaurant just off Main Street. I've just created a new dish I call my Crimson Risotto. Roasted beets, rich vegetable broth, and a swirl of cream, topped off with mushrooms. My mouth salivates at the thought. Please, would you do me the honor of sampling my new dish? Who am I to turn down a meal? Delightful. But I need some time to prepare. Tomorrow night I will astonish you with the finest food in Willowmist or beyond. And before I forget, welcome to the town, Sage. There's no other place like it. You'll be calling it home before you even realize it. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate the warm welcome. And warmer it will get once you taste my cooking. I must depart immediately to prepare. Please, await tomorrow evening with as much anticipation as you would give your birthday. With the heartiest of laughs you've ever heard, Quinn left the store with a grin that was nearly from ear to ear. The soft, nearing evening sunlight drifted through the doorway as he left. Pulling out your phone, you noted the time, 5:03. Shit. You scrambled to pull up your text where you could see nearly a dozen left by your mother, to the tune of, did you arrive safely? Oh my god, you're dead. Sorry, Mom. I'm here. I'm alive. I just caught up in everything. I'm totally fine. Sage! Dear Lord above, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I was this close to getting on a train myself. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to text then. Not funny. I know, really, I'm sorry. I'm just glad you're okay, my baby. Totally okay. I met a few new people already, and mostly everyone, is super friendly. The town is beautiful, Mom. You'd love it. Lots of beautiful scenery to paint. I think, honestly, I've barely left the store yet. I haven't painted in years. Maybe you just lack the right muse. Anyway, I need to close up the store now. Alright, text me if anything happens, okay? Yes, Mom. Love ya. You flipped the sign on the door to close as Florian re-entered the room. Damn, we only sold one thing today for $7. You'll miss all the fun staying holed up in the storeroom. Nah, I don't really care. I prefer it that way. So antisocial. Well, I guess I can understand it in a way. Well, you do you. I'm going upstairs and to start unpacking. You don't have to stick around all night, you know. It's fine. I start late, then I stay late. Why not just start earlier then? I just prefer it this way. It's quieter. Well, alright. I don't mind, really. Get home safely, okay? Sure, maybe. Leaving Florian to his work, you head back upstairs. Piece by piece, you unpack your belongings slowly. It wouldn't do any good to spend the next 3 months living out of your suitcase if you were going to live here. You were going to do it right. Still, you felt almost reluctant to disturb the quiet rhythm of the room at first. Your aunt had turned the space into a home, and gradually you were adding to it, making it become something more, hopefully something even better. Each item you pulled from your suitcase, a soft sweater for the winter here, a stack of well-worn books there, found its place amongst your aunt's belongings, like thread woven into someone else's fabric. A framed photograph of your aunt, much younger, standing in front of the storefront, sat nestled beside a ceramic teacup. Its handle chipped but cherished. You placed your own picture framed next to it carefully, unsure if it would fit. It somehow felt right, like a new memory slipping into an old album. You pulled out more of your treasures, a glass vial of sea glass you'd collected with your mom, a well-worn notebook that smelled faintly of ink, and your laptop, which you placed on the desk. I'm gonna check my emails. Oh, it's dark. Golly. And my toolbox, with my stuff in it. And my TV. Yes. As you slid your clothes into the chest of drawers, you noticed the sun had long since settled over the horizon. Packing had seemed so quick. Unpacking was another beast entirely. You found your way over to the window, hands full with a pair of tall pink glasses you'd been given way back on your 18th birthday, then lingered there, feeling the cold night breeze wash over your skin. The soft glow of the full moon was already casting silvery light through your room, and in the distance you could see the mountains that loomed like gentle giants, their peaks softened by a veil of mist that curled around them in dreamlike patterns. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Jump scare. I don't know why I'm holding my breath like that. Oh my god. Dude, I was wondering why my mic is so loud. Oh. Hold on. Jump scare. No, that's right. How do I had my mic set up to be a little louder for the Shrek recordings because I only have one microphone, so me and my roommate were sitting next to each other, but I was sitting closer. This is random lore drop. I am a very quiet person. Believe it or not. I am a very quiet person. I don't talk very loud. I don't speak very loud. My loudest is maybe like a quiet shout, if anything. My roommate, on the other hand, she was sitting maybe like a foot and a half away from the microphone. You could still hear her perfectly fine. She's super loud, and I'm very, very quiet. So it was set up louder so you could hear her. And now you don't need that because I sit really close to the microphone because I know I'm quiet. Because the first few videos from my channel, I was like, man, I'm really quiet. I was like, dang it, I'm really, really quiet. Yeah, it's because I'm just a quiet person. Took a while, but I figured that out. Here and there, you could see faint trails of smoke rising from chimneys, fading lazily into the sky, but mostly everything outside was still. You turned away from the window, suddenly feeling that familiar feeling of being watched again. And in the corner of the room, you saw it. A cat! A man! What is this? What is this? What am I looking at? Ooh, okay, sparkle. Something, a person perhaps, floating a foot off the ground, head tilted to the side as if they were too heavy to carry. Staring at you with wide eyes. What in the ever-loving hell is... Your time is near. You can't hide from me any longer. The pair of glasses in your hand instantly fell. From your grip, smashing on the wooden floor. Shards went in every direction. Ah, shit. Your eyes snapped back up in search of the person, but found the space she had occupied now empty. Am I not getting enough sleep or something? You knelt down, inspecting the damage. One glass had survived, luckily, so you quickly collected that and put it aside. The other one hadn't fared so well, though. Was mostly in large pieces. Grimacing, you slowly picked it up and disposed of each piece. Hello? Ow! And it's just your luck, the final one was the one that cut you. You quickly disposed of it and then cleaned your wound, but couldn't find the first aid kit anywhere in the room. Maybe there's one downstairs in the storeroom? Florian, are you still here? I kinda could use your help if you are. What is it? I'm not paid enough to help you with personal stuff, you know. He walked out of the storeroom, arms crossed. Something really weird just happened. I swear I saw someone in my room, and she spoke to me. Then I kind of dropped this glass and got cut. It's not that bad, but I could really use a band-aid if we have any. All the color dripped out of Florian's face in a moment. He stared at you with wide eyes and mouth open slightly, yet no words escaped. You're... It's not that bad, is it? He almost looked like he was going to be sick, as he charged out of the front door, leaving you staring towards him in disbelief. Wait, Florian! A tiny drop of blood gripped to the ground. I guess I'll find it myself. It didn't take long for you to find the first aid kit. Your aunt had decided to forego the usual plastic box with a cross on it. Instead, had picked out an old wooden chest. It was a little scuffed and weathered, with brass hinges that creaked when you opened it, but it was very much fully stocked. You found bandages in all sizes, neatly rolled gauze and adhesive strips in patterns ranging from plain beige to princess and knights. You also noticed a few other more eccentric additions. A small vial of silver dust labeled "For Curses," a flask of dark red liquid labeled "Emergency F Only," a broken mirror which you made sure not to touch, with a note attached that read, "For illusions or lies." There was also more of what you had expected to see, herbs, powders, and other natural remedies. Your aunt was into all that stuff after all. You pulled out a plaster and quickly stuck it onto your hand. Oh, right, I forget it's like British. I forget it's like British speak. I was like, what's a plaster? Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I do know that. But fortunately, the bleeding had already stopped. It wasn't much worse than a scratch, luckily. Let's look for Florian. You opened the door and poked your head out, searching the mostly darkened streets for Florian's figure. No matter where you looked, though, you couldn't see him. It seemed as though he didn't step outside. He was gone. I didn't mean to upset him. I'll have to apologize tomorrow. Giving up for the night, you head back upstairs into your room and nestled into bed. Just like that, you fell asleep, once again surrounded by the unfamiliar scent of the store. That's crazy work, by the way. You just saw someone, like, hanging in your room, and you're like, nah, whatever. Okay, fire. I don't know how long this goes till, but we're going to slide in a pause right here. And I will continue this more. It is just a demo, so it should just be, for now, just a few episodes. Kind of like Touch Starved, where it was like a few episodes, and then hopefully they'll release the game, because I don't know when they're releasing Touch Starved either. That makes me very sad, because I love Touch Starved. It's a great game. But I hope we're having so much fun. Maybe as much fun as I'm having, maybe even more. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.